Welcome to our journey across some of the most incredible floating islands and villages around the world. From the serene waters of Southeast Asia to the bustling waterways of Africa and South America, we'll encounter communities who forged a unique bond with the water. These are places where life is lived in harmony with the ebb and flow of the tides, where homes are built upon the water itself, and where resourcefulness and adaptation have created cultures unlike any other. Let's dive in. Our journey begins amidst the breathtaking beauty of Ha Long Bay, Vietnam. Here, thousands of limestone towers rise from emerald waters, creating a landscape that feels almost mythical. But look closer, and you'll find signs of human presence. Small, colorful boats plying the waters, their woven nets filled with the day's catch. These belong to the people of Ha Long Bay's floating villages, where life has revolved around the water for centuries. Homes, shops, even schools, all bob gently on the water's surface, interconnected by a network of wooden walkways. Traditional wooden boats ferry tourists through the maze of islands, offering glimpses of floating markets and restaurants. As the sun dips low, casting long shadows across the water, the villages take on a magical quality. The sounds of the day fade, replaced by the gentle lapping of waves against wooden hulls. But our journey continues, and we must bid farewell to this enchanting corner of the world. High in the Shan Hills of Myanmar lies Inle Lake, a shimmering expanse of water that holds a unique world within its embrace. Here, life revolves around a rhythm dictated by the seasons and by the gentle sway of the lake itself. These are the floating villages of Inle Lake, where homes, temples, and even gardens rise precariously on stilts above the waterline. The people of Inle Lake, known as the Intha, have adapted to their watery world in extraordinary ways. They've developed a unique style of rowing, using their legs to propel their slender canoes, leaving their hands free to fish or tend to floating gardens. We encounter bustling floating markets, where locals gather to trade their wares, their vibrant longis adding splashes of color to the scene. But our journey across the world's floating communities is far from over. Our journey now takes us across continents, to the West African nation of Benin, where a lake holds a village unlike any other. This is Ganvi, a remarkable settlement built entirely on water, a testament to human resilience and the enduring power of tradition. As we approach Ganvi by boat, the village gradually reveals itself, a sprawling collection of wooden huts, shacks, and even more substantial buildings, all rising on stilts above the tranquil waters of Lake Nokue. This is no ordinary village, it's a floating city, home to over 20,000 people. Ganvi's origins are as fascinating as its appearance. Founded in the 16th or 17th centuries by the Tofinu people, it served as a refuge from a powerful enemy, the Dahomey tribe. The Dahomey, adhering to a religious belief that forbade them from entering the water, couldn't pursue their quarry onto the lake, making Ganvi a safe haven. Over the centuries, what began as a refuge has evolved into a thriving community. Fishing remains the primary livelihood, with villagers skillfully navigating their brightly painted pirogues, traditional wooden canoes, through the channels between the houses. Life in Ganvi is a delicate dance between tradition and modernity, but our journey across the world's floating communities continues, and we must bid farewell to Ganvi. Chapter 4. The Uros Islands, a legacy woven from reeds. Our journey now takes us high into the Andes Mountains of Peru, to the shimmering expanse of Lake Titicaca, the highest navigable lake in the world. Here, amidst the breathtaking beauty of snow-capped peaks and azure skies, we encounter a culture as unique as its surroundings. The Uros people, who've made their home on a series of floating islands crafted entirely from reeds. Golden islands, seemingly woven from straw, rise from the lake's surface, their edges gently swaying with the rhythm of the water. The Uros people have been constructing these remarkable islands for centuries, using the abundant totora reeds that grow along the lake's shallows. Thick mats of reeds are harvested, dried, and then skillfully layered and interwoven, creating a surprisingly buoyant and resilient base for their homes. Life on the Uros Islands is intimately connected to the totora reeds. They provide the very foundation of their homes, the material for their boats, and even a source of food. We're welcomed onto one of the islands by a Uros family, their warm smiles and gentle nature immediately putting us at ease. The Uros Islands are a testament to the enduring power of human ingenuity and the deep connection between people and their environment. But our exploration of the world's floating communities continues. Chapter 5: Tonle Sap, a floating world in the heart of Cambodia. Our journey now takes us to the heart of Southeast Asia, to Cambodia, a country of ancient temples, lush landscapes, and the mighty Mekong River. Here we find Tonle Sap, a vast lake that swells dramatically during the monsoon season, creating a unique ecosystem and supporting a way of life intrinsically linked to the water. As we venture onto Tonle Sap, the scale of the lake is breathtaking. It stretches before us, a shimmering expanse that seems to merge with the horizon. Dotting the surface are countless floating houses, their brightly colored roofs and wooden walkways creating a vibrant tapestry against the backdrop of water and sky. This is the Tonle Sap Floating Village, home to a diverse community of Khmer people who've adapted to the lake's rhythms for generations. Fishing is the lifeblood of the Tonle Sap Floating Village. Small boats piled high with goods ply the waterways, acting as floating markets. But our exploration of the world's floating communities continues. Chapter 6: Zhouzhuang and Wuzhen Ancient Water Towns, Frozen in Time. Our journey takes us now to a land where history flows as deeply as its waterways, China. Here, amidst the bustling modernity of the world's most populous nation, we find ancient water towns, seemingly untouched by the passage of time. These are Zhouzhuang and Wuzhen, where life unfolds at a slower pace, dictated by the gentle rhythms of canals and the traditions of a bygone era. Elegant stone bridges arch gracefully over canals, their reflections shimmering in the water. Traditional houses, their whitewashed walls and distinctive black-tiled roofs, line the banks, their eaves adorned with intricate carvings. Zhouzhuang, often called the Venice of the East, is a labyrinth of canals crisscrossed by stone bridges, some dating back centuries. Life here has always revolved around the water, and even today residents use small boats to navigate the canals, transporting goods and going about their daily lives. But our exploration of the world's floating communities is not yet over. Chapter 7: Koh Phangan, a floating village rooted in tradition. Our final destination takes us to the turquoise waters of the Andaman Sea, off the coast of Thailand, where a limestone island rises dramatically from the water, its sheer cliffs cloaked in lush vegetation. But it's what lies at the foot of this island that draws our attention: Koh Phangan, a remarkable floating village that speaks to the enduring power of community and cultural heritage. As our boat approaches Koh Phangan, we're greeted by a scene of bustling activity. Colorful long-tail boats, their prows adorned with vibrant ribbons, zip across the water, ferrying villagers and visitors alike. Floating shops display a dazzling array of goods, from fresh seafood to handcrafted souvenirs, their proprietors calling out greetings in a mix of Thai and Malay. Koh Phangan is unique amongst the floating villages we've encountered, for it's home to a predominantly Muslim community, descendants of nomadic seafarers who arrived here centuries ago from Indonesia. Life in Koh Phangan revolves around the sea, just as it did for their ancestors. Fishing remains the primary livelihood, and we watch as fishermen skillfully mend their nets or prepare their boats for the day's catch. Koh Phangan, a floating village rooted in tradition, marks the end of our journey across the world's most incredible floating communities. Outro: farewell to the water's embrace. As we bid farewell to these extraordinary floating communities, we carry with us a profound sense of wonder and respect. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey.